All right. I am here with Vito Mielnicki Jr., 22 and 1, 13 KOs. You got a big fight coming up, April 11th, Boardwalk Hall, Atlantic City. What's going on with you, man? How you been?
I'm doing well. How are you? Thank you for having me on the show. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Just in training camp down in Houston, Texas with Ronnie Shields right now. So just wrapping up a day of training.
Okay. All right. Now, you're facing Omar Ulises, a Vuelta, 15 and 0 and 1, 13 KOs. Um, Before we get into any of that, what was 2025 like for you outside the ring? I saw you doing some trips and you doing this and that. So what was it like
Yeah.
outside the ring for you?
Yeah, man, life's been good. Just the time that I'm not really in Texas, I'm usually just either I'm training in Jersey, I'm spending time with my family, with my girl, with my dog. So just a lot of family time. First time in a while I got to enjoy the holidays. Um, went on went to Greece actually, so went on a few vacations, went on a cruise. So in between fights, just trying to get away a little bit. Sometimes I think I get a little too, you know, I come back from a fight. I think sometimes you need to get away. You need to just, reset a little bit and then get back right back to work. So I'm always in the gym, so I'm never like out of shape. And those trips, I mean, it's needed when you're putting your body through the ringer like us fighters do.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you how that Greece trip was.
Yeah, no, Greece was sick. So I actually went out there. Me and my girl went out there for Andreas Katsarakis. Him and his wife, they got married in Athens. So we went out to Athens for a few days, and then from Athens we flew to Santorini, and we spent some alone time down in Santorini. So Santorini was beautiful. Athens is beautiful. Obviously, we went to Athens. So my brother Andreas get married over there. Um, and yeah, so it was a really good experience.
That's what's up. All right.
Yeah.
Now in December, you posted that you had signed to Samson Boxing.
hmm
Just curious on how that came about and what were some of the things that played into your decision to go with Samson?
Yeah. Samson's an old school promoter. I like how he's very behind the scenes. You don't really see his name on billboards, his name, but he's doing his job behind the scenes and he's putting his fighters in place, in position, as long as they're doing their job. So Samson, I've known for a while too. He's like family. I've known him my whole life, like since I've been boxing, really, like probably since I'm like 8 or 9 years old. So, just being with somebody that I could depend on, someone that I trust, someone that's obviously had great success in boxing. And then on top of that, like he takes care of his fighters as well. So it was really a no-brainer. Obviously, I've been with a lot of the top promoters in the game. I've been with a lot of, the top guys in the game, and to be with Samson, I'm with another top promoter who I know is going to have my best interest. I know he's going to put me in the right positions. I know he's going to be getting me ranked in all these sanctioning bodies. So when it's time, I do get that call for the world title.
All right. And now you fought at 154 for quite some time, but then last year you began fighting closer to 160, 2 and 0 with one change to a no contest. How does middleweight feel for you, and what was the change? And was the change later than it should have been, according to you?
I think the change came at the perfect time. My last fight at 154, I was struggling a little bit to make the weight, but I was sick making the weight as well, so it that didn't help. But I think it came at the perfect time, and then to jump right into 160 and fight the guy who was ranked number three at the time in the WBA, Connor Coyle, that was a great opportunity. So I think it came at the perfect time. My body right now is like I feel great at 160. With my nutritionist, with my strength coaches, with Ronnie, everybody being like in sync, everybody's doing what they got to do for me to be in peak condition on fight night. So my body feels good. I've really grown into 160 now. Like obviously those first two fights, I think I even fought guys who were coming up from 54 at 160, but now I'm fighting full-fledged 160 pounders, and I feel really good at that weight.
All right. And then this fight on April 11th is in New Jersey, where you're from, where you get a ton of support. Uh, what do you want to get out of this fight outside of just the victory itself?
Yeah, I want to just honestly I want to keep growing. Obviously, this is my first southpaw that I'm gonna be fighting since probably like my full-fledged southpaw, probably since like my fourth or fifth fight. I fought guys who switch, but just showcase even more of my boxing ability. I think a lot of people like they've seen what I could do, but I know I have so much more in the tank and so much more I can do and what I'm capable of doing. I've been doing this at the top for so long. It's really time for me to like execute and take everything that I'm doing in the gym and really display it on fight night. And with a guy like this, a tough Mexican fighter, 15-0 for a reason with 13 KOs, come forward, tall, southpaw, good body puncher. I think this will really allow me to display even more of my talent. And then obviously, being in Jersey, being in Atlantic City, that in itself is a blessing. But having the support of everybody from where I'm back home, I know the place will be packed. I know it's going to be a fun night, and I'm excited to give them a show. And like I always do when they're out at my events, I want them to get their money's worth. So that's what we're going to do on April 11th.
Yeah, and it's funny because you're only 23 years old, but it feels like you've been a fighter like for forever, right? But
Yeah,
but
yeah,
you
it
just,
has.
yeah, but you're only 23 and you're still growing, right? Like you're still developing, so there's still a lot there.
I was just talking to, I forget who I was talking to. I think the guys, we were all watching the fights on Saturday, but it was like, man, I can't believe I've been pro for like almost 7 years now. Like, and it's crazy to even think about because I'm like, wow, I don't even know where the time went. It's crazy. I feel like an older guy now, So
But you're a
I'm
young guy.
20. Yeah, I'm 23. And I feel like I'm right where I need to be right at this exact moment. And that's really what I've been doing too. I'm just living where my feet are at. I'm just living in the present. And when the opportunity knocks, as long as I'm ready, which I will be, we'll be prepared and ready for it.
All right, and what should fans expect that are going to show up at Atlantic City on the April 11th or watch it on Pro Box TV?
Yeah, expect a dominant performance from me. Don't really like to predict like knockouts and all that kind of stuff, but just expect a dominant performance, expect growth, expect excitement, and I want it to be like an event. All my fights, I want to be like an event. I want people to really enjoy themselves in my fight, and I think when I do that, when I put on a show for them, I think that's what will make their money's worth. So I appreciate everybody that comes out, supports me, and we're going up. T Mielnicki, White Magic. Hopefully, we get that phone call after we handle business for a big shot, maybe a world title shot. So we'll be ready for it.
Yeah, and that's going to go into my last question because I said, do you see yourself still fighting 3 times this year as you did last year? And if so, do you feel like one of them will be a world title shot?
Yeah, God willing, hopefully, hopefully the world title shot. But all I can focus in on is April 11th and everyone who they put in front of me. And as long as I keep winning, as long as I keep putting in my work, the rest will take care of itself. But I think as fighters, I mean, we want to be active, and I think that's another reason why with Samson, I know he'll keep me active. Whether it's me on my own card or whether it's me on other cards, I know Samson will do what he's got to do to keep me active. And 3 times a year, I think that's like right where I want to be. Obviously, I'm stepping up my like opposition and stuff, so I'm not going to be fighting those 4 or 5 times a year anymore. I'm where I'm at. So 3 times a year, I think is right up, like right there, right about where I want to be.
All right. Well, listen, Vito, thank you for your time. I appreciate it. I wish you the best of luck on April 11th.
I appreciate you, brother. Thank you.
Thank you.